I think the uniqueness of the design will draw people in.
It was so blighted. The buildings had been torn down.
And when they got rolling on it, we came and looked at it and went, this is really cool.
Within 10 to 15 years, I think this whole stretch along Antelope Valley looks completely different. Justin Hernandez, president at NGC Group. Our involvement in this project goes back to a relationship that we built with Speedway and Nelnet.
My name's Craig Smith. I'm one of the 4 Smith brothers. We own Speedway Motors and Speedway Properties. We saw the entire area, a lot of open spaces, other abandoned buildings. They weren't being used at all.
They came to us wanting advice and input on what our thoughts were for this new opportunity that they had to propose on in 2015.
With the development of the waterway through here and the different people that have spent money in this area, and we felt it was an ideal place to create another bookend of downtown.
I went through a 2-year master planning session to develop what will be known as the Telegraph District.
My name's Todd Hessen. I'm Vice President with Encompass Architects. At first, it looked like a couple buildings were getting renovated, but it's really a much broader vision than that.
Right off the edges of 2 busy streets, you got O Street and you got the K&L Street pairs running right on either side.
The next project was the revitalization of the old LT&T building, which is now the Nelnet Call Center, the new Allo Call Center, warehouse, and retail storefront. That's new retail that's going in on the old garage right across from Nelnet's building. The next phase has been the Telegraph Flats project, and then following shortly behind that's the Telegraph Loft.
I'm Wendy Birdsell, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce and the Lincoln Partnership for Economic Development. We looked and said, oh my gosh, there's so much more in this downtown area that would really create this tremendous, vibrant area if we could connect the east and west.
Downtown Lincoln's always kind of stopped at about 17th Street, and a few things kind of drift beyond that. But with the Telegraph, I mean, it really pushes it all the way to Antelope Valley and just kind of fills in the whole urban core of downtown.
I think it's been really exciting and is what I really was drawn to in the beginning of a challenge that would be not overcome in 1 year or 2 years, but really a 10-year build out of a new district and experience a place in Lincoln.
I'm Dan Sloan. I'm the official old guy around here. I'm one of the owners, along with my wife, Tamara. I've driven by this building for a lot of years, and I always thought it was a really cool space, and that somebody should do something with it. I never really dreamed it would be me.
My name's Tim Gergen. We are the civil engineering and landscape architecture design consultants for the district. We wanted to try to preserve that uniqueness of this district compared to downtown or the Haymarket or any sort of suburban type district.
We're really trying to create some really unique spaces that you see nowhere else.
For me, it's really that being a part of a project that's not just building a building. This is a place where people will live, people will work.
Where you eat, sleep, play, meet people, walk your dog.
Yeah, that it's not just office buildings and hotels.
It's not a
and things
high-rise
like that.
that's, all boxed in, and once you're outside your door, you're outside.
We're establishing an identity for a new development. We aren't just out there building the next building that somebody designed.
The investment in this community is tremendous.
Yeah, one way I think the Telegraph District is impacting Lincoln is to revitalize an area of town that was an old industrial area.
We bought quite a few of those buildings back when you could literally go down there and maybe only see a pigeon and a lot of dust and debris blowing around.
We took hundreds of snapshots of what the existing buildings look like, what conditions they're in. We found the most interesting part of this area.
When we came into this space, the first time we set foot in here, it was a little heart-stopping to think that we could do something cool in here, because it was really rough. And literally everything you see here, we put here. It was
It was a box. It was a cement box.
It was a really dark and dirty cement box.
It was.
Was it industrial? Yeah, but was it have a little bit of a funkiness to it? And it did, and the term industrial steampunk just kind of came out of that master plan.
The motif is the heavy steel I-beams with a lot of rivets.
That is now becoming a new, exciting area for people to live.
Many of us are looking for those fun destination places and a fun place to live. This particular development has a tremendous cool factor.
We hope that some of our unique buildings that we've got already coming out of the ground or designed gets people to pay attention to the district.
They've got quite a bit of a more modern and higher end feel.
Maybe drive in and walk through and then kind of have that wow factor of, really, I never knew this was ever here.
Tamara likes to say it's where your 13-year-old can come and think she's cool, and her grandmother can come and think she's cool.
The sense of place really brings everything together. You know, you feel like you're in a neighborhood.
Everything from a small business to a startup company to artists to whoever is interested in being part of this new development.
I see the impact immediately right now with the jobs that are being created.
The space kind of shocked us because day one we were nearly full, and it kind of cycled up from there.
There's opportunities for new restaurants, there's opportunities for new business, and UC is one of them to locate down here.
I'm excited to work in the district. I'm excited to be a part of it. You know, it's an exciting opportunity for myself to see it from the infancy when it was a concept to the implementation, the construction.
There is a tremendous amount of opportunity down here, not only for the construction jobs, but you look at Allo is based here, Nelnet's based here. So you look at the amount of people working or interacting in the Telegraph district, I think it's only growing.
I just think it's really going to end up growing up and creating its own vibe.
It's new, but yet there's a nod to what was there in the past.
What screams Lincoln to me is that it's all mainly local. It's a local developers, local builders, local designers.
It's just so fulfilling to look at what this community has been able to do when they came together and said, this is important to us. We have protected the downtown area for years to come.
I found it a privilege to get to know Nelnet, Speedway, and NGC throughout this whole process.
They've got tremendous vision, all three of them, and all three of them working together just creates something many of us wouldn't imagine or have a vision for.
It wasn't that they were just here to kind of put some bricks and mortar together. They really got the vision and would really kind of step up when we needed.
Speedway and Nelnet are great project partners. Most clients have high expectations. This group has very high expectations.
These are the kind of guys we want to work with. They understand our design abilities and the way we look at doing our projects.
And I believe that the team worked great together to develop an end product that respects what was here before, replaces and upgrades a lot of the infrastructure and experience within the district to allow that growth to not only happen in the next 5 to 10 years, but 15, 20, and 30 years down the road.
Now, one of the things that really struck me was that we had a number of people who live close by come in and say, thank you for investing in our neighborhood.